This is the South Africa-Zimbabwe border. Every day, countless individuals risk everything trying to cross here, putting themselves in danger of smuggling, human trafficking, and violence. This isn't just a border between two nations. It has become a battleground for survival. Join us as we uncover the hidden truth and reveal what really happens at one of the world's most dangerous crossings. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon and follow us as we expose the hidden truth at the border.
And it's not safe.
A place of natural beauty, but also a place of lawlessness. The declining socio-economic conditions in Zimbabwe, combined with corruption and mismanagement in South Africa, has made this 225-kilometer border almost impossible to police. The fence itself is riddled with holes that tell stories. The story of the people who have crossed the border illegally, some in search of a better life, some smuggling in forbidden contraband, and some participating in other illegal activities.
The smugglers and the robbers, of course, move across their land, game reserves. They are cutting fences on a daily basis. People cannot keep up with repair work anymore. Game theft, stock theft, theft of electrical cable, pumps, name it.
4 years ago, the South African government spent 40 million rands putting in and maintaining the new border fence. But fences are useless if no one bothers to keep the gate closed. Since then, the fence hasn't been maintained, some parts of it have fallen. Makes it hard to imagine what 40 million was spent on. The South African government's disinterest in securing this border has led to an increase in smuggling and illegal immigration.
These are just some of the undocumented immigrants who were caught by Home Affairs officials attempting to cross the border.
Since this morning, the SAPS, working with the Defence Force, they've been, including our immigration officials, they've been able to arrest, I think it's close to about 120 of the people that you saw this side of the bridge and also across the bridge. Most of them are undocumented.
The Beit Bridge part of the border has seen significant rises in corruption, crime, and just general dysfunction. The poor upkeep of this post has caused long lines of cargo trucks and other vehicles waiting to cross the border, leaving them easy targets for criminals and looting. However, 25 kilometers from the Beit Bridge border post is a section where most illegal immigrants cross worry-free of customs officials and passports. These illegal travelers smuggle household items that are available in South Africa, but not in Zimbabwe.
Everything you can think of gets smuggled across the Limpopo River. People, motor vehicles, firearms, explosives, liquor, cigarettes, household goods, food. I think you see more fridges and freezers going over the river to Zimbabwe than you will find in the biggest macro in South Africa.
The lack of strong enforcement and general disrespect for international borders has caused this problem. Privately owned land have become criminal highways. This lawlessness also impacts game ranches and other tourist establishments in this area. One of the most lucrative businesses that get conducted at this spot is the smuggling of illegal cigarettes from Zimbabwe to South Africa. In South Africa today, illegal cigarettes account for 43% of all cigarettes sold. Although the situation at this part of the border looks bad, some locals from these parts are trying to make a difference. These civilians volunteer themselves to help and try to stop the smugglers from stealing farm animals and other things that belong to the locals around the area. The smugglers are always armed and move in groups of up to 50 people at a time. So the volunteers for this neighborhood watch stay armed also to protect themselves. Shootouts between neighborhood watch members and the smugglers are a common occurrence.
So if I get this money, I mean, you'll be too much. Yeah. You're gonna get something to eat. My wife one.
Daily?
Every
24/7. Okay.
If they get water, use the boat. The police is coming, but sometimes we're gonna run away, Mara. Situation again. I will look at that situation. There's nothing because Today I'm running away. Tomorrow I'm here food.
These men claim that they are making an honest living and are just trying to feed their families, but that's enough reason to drive anyone to crime. Cigarettes aren't the only illegal things smuggled into South Africa from Zimbabwe. The smuggling of explosives has also increased. These are commercial explosives used in mining in Zimbabwe, and in South Africa, they are used for ATM bombings, cash and transit robberies, and illegal mining. According to the SAPS, cocaine smugglers often fly the contraband by air to neighboring countries and then use this poor policed border by foot to distribute the product across land. The Neighborhood Watch knows about these tactics, so unmanned aerial vehicles that have specialized night vision are also used to detect intruders in the evenings. South African Defence Force soldiers aid where they can, but only a handful of them are deployed to assist. But some of them, together with some police officers, have also been accused of smuggling illegal goods and bringing in illegal immigrants themselves. When the law is corrupt, who are you supposed to trust? These illegal immigrants are making big money in South Africa with that illegal contraband they smuggle into the country. Cigarettes smuggled in one night can go up to hundreds of thousands of rands in street value, and the smugglers won't hesitate to use deadly force to protect their investment. Another problem that happens at the border is the ease in which stolen vehicles from South Africa to Zimbabwe are transported. Citizens of a town called Musina that's close to the border have been living with the ever-increasing rate of rampant crime in the area. And what makes it even more difficult to stop these people is that some officials from around the town are corrupt and are helping the smugglers participate in the criminal activities.
The Musina of today reminds me of Bartertown of the Mad Max movies. I think if we should hold a competition between border towns, Musina will be crowned as the king of smugglers.
It's a shame that the Neighborhood Watch citizens are willing to take risks to protect the town and their businesses. It's a pity that the South African government isn't as committed as these volunteers. As someone who has recently come across this information, a lot of questions come to my head. Is the law letting these people cross illegally on purpose? And what happened to the 40 million rands that was supposed to maintain the border fence? Also, why aren't more police and soldiers being deployed at the border to prevent this sort of thing from continuing? Another important question is when these illegal immigrants make it to the promised land without being detected, what's the next step for them? How do they get accommodation? And how do they proceed with trying to get employment? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, smash subscribe and keep an eye on your notifications to stay up to date with our videos. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.